What's going on, everyone? Kevin Gallagher here, and I have to be honest with you, I'm a little fired up today. I've got a lot going on right now in the tech world. It's funny, I'm doing so much more tech reviews and tech videos than I thought I would ever do. But if you take a look at the series of videos that I have on my channel here, the two most popular by a landslide are my MacBook Pro videos. The first one was a PC guy switches to Mac, and that one, I think I'm in the 4,000 mark, which for me is fantastic. I love it. And then my tips and tricks, which is in the 3,000 viewership. So thank you so much for those who have watched, commented, liked, even the people who have disliked. Hey, hate all you want, I'm good with it. So today, after seeing a few comments come in over the last couple days asking me to do another MacBook Pro tips and tricks video, I decided to go ahead and do that. And so today we're gonna jump right back in to MacBook Pro 16 tips and tricks part 2. So let's get it going right now. Now, as I said in the first MacBook video I ever made, I was a PC user and swore by PC. I mean, I've always had an iPhone, that's been my smartphone. I tried to move to the Android universe, hated it every second of it, and now here I am with a MacBook, an iPhone, it's not down here with me, but an iPad. I am a true Apple acolyte, I don't know. I just love Apple products. That being said, what I wanted to do was sit down and come up with what have been the frustrations that I've had. Because you only ever hear the positives. You so rarely hear the negatives when somebody does a review about Apple. You hear like, oh, the screen and resolution and the pixels, and you hear about the sound and the keyboard. But it's rare that you don't hear the pain points. So what I have here is essentially a collection of that surround those pain points that I've had, and trust me, there's been a few. So let's start with the very first tip, and the first tip is when a warning comes up on your screen that says memory is full or disk space full. This is one of the most frustrating things. When I had a PC, this never happened. Truly never happened. If you deleted a file on a PC, it was gone. When you delete a file on a Mac, whether it's gone or not is a whole nother thing. If you work in the creative landscape where you have a lot of images and video, you have a lot of big files, you are going to run into this issue, and it's going to be so frustrating. I want to show you how to clean it up. So the first thing you're going to do is go through and delete anything on your computer that you don't need. And when I say don't need, you don't have to worry so much about documents, general Word documents or something like that. What I'm talking about are big resolution pieces like images and video. And sometimes that starts with just simply emptying your trash, and everybody pretty much knows how to do that. But in the case of you're still getting that warning, what you're going to want to do is come up here to the Apple and click on About This Mac. Once you click on About This Mac, you'll see up here you have some different options, one of them being storage. Go ahead and click on storage. Now it's going to calculate what's used. And you can see I actually did a cleaning the other day, and there's still plenty to go. But the other day when it came up for me, I had this almost completely full with the exception of a very few gigabytes that were left. What you want to do is go ahead and click on Manage. Now there are different options you have here where you can optimize your storage. Well, it says optimize storage for Apple, but you can store more in the cloud. But the easiest thing to do is come over here and take a look at what's listed and where it's going to. So if you take a look, for me it's my documents drive, and again this documents drive is full, and it's mainly full because of Final Cut Pro. So you click on the documents here, and what you'll see is you have a couple of these are files I was using for a project. But in the case of what you have here, you have a file browser you can look at. It'll pull up just the large ones, and then you can go through and you can delete it. Now, if you go into File Browser, it'll again show you where the majority of your stuff is. And again, for me, video files, you come into here. My biggest aspect is this general file. Where this is happening is inside of these Final Cut backups. Final Cut is making backups of my projects to protect me, and they're all just sitting in this area. Once I delete all of these out, I'm going to have so much more memory to work with, and it's going to be fantastic. Now let's talk about probably the thing that makes me the angriest. I'm over it now, but it really was irritating when I started. When you upload to YouTube, when I used to upload from a PC to YouTube, it was literally like maybe 2 minutes tops, and that was on a bad day. Now it's at least 20 minutes if you're uploading a 10-minute video, and from what I understand, my 20 minutes is not bad in comparison to some other people. Now, there's two things you could do to fix this problem. And the first one is what I do. I just simply plan ahead. If I know I've got a big video that I'm going to be uploading, I just simply take that video and plan out and make sure that I have something to do while it's uploading. As soon as I'm done and I go to upload to YouTube, I work on something else. It will literally take 20 to 30 minutes sometimes for a video to upload. And then you could go in and do all of your other stuff. The other option is to compress the video. There's a great tool that you got to pay for in the App Center, or you can, or I'm sure you can find a download online called Handbrake to compress your video files and send them in a faster way. So if you have a compressed file, it's obviously going to speed up the process of upload. I don't really want to compress my files, so I don't do it. But from what I understand, it does help. If you're experiencing this problem and you go to the Apple community is going to say, "Oh, hey, it's your internet speed. It's not your internet speed." For some reason, the uploads from Apple, from Mac to YouTube, or just in general, it's just slow. The next tip is just really a reiteration of a tip on the first video, and that is using the Spotlight tool. Searching for files on your computer on a Mac can be very taxing to find something in the file tree. Like, for example, I download a lot of fonts to use in my creative process, and finding the file to insert your fonts. Now, on a PC, I used to just click, 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 find the fonts immediately. On Apple, it was taking me a little bit more time.
To get to the Spotlight tool, what you want to do is you want to hit Command and Spacebar. It automatically pulls up Spotlight Search, and then from there you can type in what you're looking for. In the case of me looking for fonts, I would simply type in fonts, and you can see the font folder opens up as right here for me to open up and get to. Let's say I wanted to use my calculator. I just type in calculator, and you can see the calculator pulls up. Or if I'm looking for a specific file, I just type in what the name is. If I remember it roughly, I would type in MacBook for the video thumbnail I made, MACB, and there it is. It is that fast and pulls it up that quickly. There's no waiting. It's about as fast as a search tool can be on a computer.
The next thing, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the first point of memory, get a good backup drive. Now, a lot of YouTubers will get 1 or 2 backup drives, and if you see them in public working and editing, they'll have them actually Velcroed to the back of their computer. External hard drives are insanely important to what you do, so that you're not going to have that memory disk full situation. You want to take all of your big files, and I actually put all of my files on an external hard drive. I use this one. This one is the Seagate 1 terabyte portable device. Now, a couple things you need to know right here, right now. When you're looking to buy one of these, and I'll put a link in the description below to this one. When you're looking to buy one of these, you want to look for one that is compatible with Apple products. If you were to take one that you're using on your PC and try to bring it over to Apple, Apple's going to reformat it and dump all of your current information off of there, which you do not want to happen. Didn't happen to me, but it could happen to you. You are going to have to reformat whatever external hard drive you get. So make sure you get one that's compatible with Apple and that's blank from the start, and save as much as you can to this. It will keep your computer healthy, happy, and moving as fast as possible. And the last thing is this: connect it to your other devices. Now, for me, I've already talked about my love for Apple. I mean, it's sickening. My love for Apple is a little too aggressive. What I love about when you move in the direction like an Apple is you could connect everything. So if I'm sitting in a client meeting and I have my iPad out and I'm typing notes on my iPad, and I have my notebook open, when I go back to my office and I open up my MacBook, those notes are in my MacBook immediately. You could connect your phone, your MacBook, and your iPad so that certain files are accessible on all three. If you're in the creative landscape and you take a lot of photos using your iPhone, you can easily set up your cloud so that all those pictures will show up on your MacBook the second you get back, and you'll have access to them. It is insanely awesome. Now, do you have that with maybe a Google Pixel? Sure, because you have Google Photo and you can easily just go online and grab your photos off of there. But to have that connectivity between your watch, your phone, your iPad, and your MacBook, it's extremely powerful and probably one of my favorite parts. Now, to do that, you simply go into your settings, type in iCloud, and then you can see right inside of here all of the options that you have that you can set up so that it's across everything. So there it is. There are 5 tips for MacBook Pro users. If you are someone who is considering getting a MacBook Pro, maybe you're going from PC, watch the video that's going to pop up right now. If you are somebody who loves Apple like I do, I want to invite you to comment below and tell me maybe there's a tip or a trick you know that you think people need to know. Otherwise, guys, I wish you all the best. Please, please, please click the subscribe button, click the notifications, and throw me a like for this video. It'll really help a brother out. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. Small business owners, be small, think big. Let's get it going. Have a great day, everyone.